In this video demonstration, I'm going to show you how to use the brand new JND498 Shirley flower to make this beautiful, bring the die in here, to make this absolutely beautiful striped flower here. The die's been designed so you can ink through. So just using white card, you can get really lovely colours. And this almost like a Narcissa type look. So let's have a look at how we make these flowers and this card. So to make the striped Narcissi-like flower, we're going to use the JND498 Shirley flower. And this is a beautiful die that gives you a really intricate flower very, very easily. But the other trick with this one is that everything on the back has been left open so that you can colour through. So add colour to white card to give you that beautiful sort of striped look or subtle look. So what we need to do is we will take a piece of card, and I've cut this to 5 3/4 by 4 1/8. So you get 4 of these from an A4 piece of card. We simply put the die down, tape it down, and then run it through our die cutting machine. And I've done that already here, so you can see that's all been cut, but all the pieces stay in place. Then simply choose the ink you're going to use. So for this one, I'm going to use Lemon from the Gold Fusion range. And what I've actually done is I've already done a set here that have been done in the Sun Fruit from the Gold Fusion. I've done one here, which has been done in the Aurora Sparkle inks in the Mimosa. So we get different shades because that's what you'd find naturally. So all you need to do is using an ink blending tool. This is the easiest way when you're colouring through the back of a die. Simply pick up your colour and scrub all over the back of your die, making sure you cover all of the areas. Very easy, very simple. You can clean your die just with a little bit of hand sanitizer and a cloth, or you can use a wipe or something like that. It's very easy to do. But one thing you can do is you can run the die through again with a piece of card on top, and that will give you a negative imprint, which makes quite a nice background. So I'm going to move the ink out of the way. Simply peel off our paper. I'm going to grab my 4-in-1 tool and just make sure I pop out each of those flowers. Pull that one out. And you see by doing that, you'll get 4 of the larger, 4 of the smaller, and 4 of the centres. So enough to make yourself up 4 flowers if you double them up. So you can see here you're actually getting, that's the larger, that's the smaller, and you get that beautiful stripe of colour running through them. So you see here. So great for using all sorts of colours and your 4 centres. So nice and simple and easy. So all we want to do is to shape those. So I'm going to scrape those to one side. I've already got some set up here on my flower moulding foam. So I've got the Crafts 2 flower moulding foam and the ball tool that comes with it, and I'm going to use the larger ball tool on this. And because the die has lines cut into it already, shaping it is very simple. All I have to do is simply run it up and down each of those petals by pressing relatively hard, and it will cup it. In the middle of the flower, I just roll the ball tool around in a circle. I take the smaller side and push into the middle. And again, because it's got cut lines in it, the fibres have already broken, so it's very, very easy to put together. Simply then take some glue glaze, add that into the centre, rotate the flower of the same size and put it together, giving you that perfect circle. Again, take a little bit more of the glue glaze, add that into the centre, and then simply add your flower, your centre into there. And then I've finished these. I like to always put a centre in the middle of my flower, again with a little bit more glue glaze, and I'm just using one of the clear dewdrop beads, popped in so that the colour is reflected through. So you can see there I've got 3 different shades. So I've done this 3 times, which actually gives me enough to make myself 2 or 3 cards. So to use these, I'm going to pop them onto the card. So the card that I've already made is simple one here, using the centre pieces from the notched frame. So this is from the Charlie and the Hopkins frame. So I've embossed the smallest piece here. The green is from the separate die that comes within the JND503, which is the larger frame. And then the white is the waste piece from cutting the larger frame. So as you can see here, I'm using the waste pieces as they're really, really quite beautiful. And I've got here some of the morella leaves. So I've cut the morella leaves in this sort of olive, sort of greeny colour. Again, from the Coordinations card pack, and they've been cut using the JND498 Twisted Vines, which is the leaf that we've released at the same time as this. So again, I'm just simply going to use a little bit of glue glaze. So I'm just actually opening a new one, as my last one seemed to be thing, because I had a lot of questions about opening this. So just, I put a poker tool in. There is a tear off strip, but I can never find it. And these are always kept sealed so that air doesn't get into it, because it dries as soon as the air gets in. So here I have one large and two of the small. The large go left and right. The small ones are identically the same. So just add a little bit of glue glaze onto the back of each of the leaves. That's the easiest way to glue it down, and a far easier way to glue these delicate die cuts. So to take those, there we go, nice and simple, all covered. And I'm going to take my large piece and just create myself a little corner. So I'm just creating a little corner, and we'll have a little bit there going out. And I've used a combination of the same colour, so I've used some of the Clotted Cream Essential card, coconut white, and this beautiful green there. And then we simply need to add our sentiment. I've got a sentiment here, and again I've stamped this from the Handy Sentiments from the John Next Door range. Just gone with Happy Birthday in grey, and I've matted and layered this onto coconut white, then the clotted cream, and then more of the green. And I place that on first to get that in the right place, and it's simply a case of adding the flowers we've made. So I'm using Craft Artist 3D glue gel and a cocktail stick. I find that's the easiest way to do it, and I simply take some of the glue gel on, take one of the flowers, almost pick it up, and you're left then with a handle to allow you to place it in the right place. So I place it on, as you can see, they've got a handle. I can then drop it into where I want, press in the centre, and pull that off. And I'm making sure that I'm using all three colours so that I get a really nice sort of mix of shades in here. So you can do it by hand. There we go. Get that brighter yellow colour through there. And then we've got that lovely little spray of flowers, all in that beautiful stripe look, simply by inking through the die. Nice, simple and easy.